Alright guys, this is going to be a video showing you guys the Street Fighter 3 Third Strike lag and how to get zero input lag essentially. So let me just run this down really quick. I'm using RetroArch here, version 1.8.5. There's probably a newer version, but I haven't really bothered to check and update it, but it shouldn't really be relevant for this. I did recently update my cores here, and I'm going to be using the FBNeo core. I'm assuming this is the newest version because I just updated it recently. But there's the version for you right there. So let's go ahead and look at my latency settings right here. We have hard GPU sync on, and we have runahead to reduce latency on. And right now we have it set to 2, but I'm going to go ahead and set it to 1 just to showcase this. We do have runahead use second instance on as well, just in case there's any audio problems. I'm not sure if this actually does anything, but I just have it on just in case. So we're gonna go ahead and run ahead 1 frame. So basically what this does is I actually don't really know how to explain it, but let me just show it to you because it basically just kind of fast forwards the game 1 frame. But I'm not sure if it's like, I think it's based on inputs or something like that. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but anyways, that's irrelevant to if I know exactly how it works or not. But I can show you what it does instead of just explaining it to you, and that will be much better. So we're gonna go ahead and pick Chun-Li because she has a hard kick that has a really obvious first frame. And so as soon as the fight starts here, what we're going to do is pause the emulator. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hold down hard kick, and then as I'm holding it down, I'm going to advance the game frame by frame here. I'm going to use the frame advance. So we're going to count up from 0. So 0, 1, and there you go. The hard kick registered. Now see, if I didn't have run ahead 1 frame on, if I had run ahead off, then it would have been 0, 1, and then 2, and then on that number 2, the hard kick would have come out. Okay, so that's what run ahead does basically. So forget that I tried to explain it because I obviously didn't do it justice. So what we're going to do now is just close this out, and it's going to be black for you guys for a second, but there we go. We're going to go back into the latency settings now, and we're going to go back down to run ahead, and we're going to increase this number to 2. Alright, and now we're going to go back into Third Strike. Let's get this pause thing out of the way for a second here. Same thing as before. Okay, so again, hold down hard kick and frame advance 1 frame, 0, boom. The next frame after I pressed the button, essentially, the hard kick comes out. So essentially, with a setting of 2 frames to run ahead, you can basically have, and hard GPU sync on as well, you can basically have 0 input lag essentially, because obviously it can't come out, the move can't come out the 0th frame that you press the button because the game has already drawn that frame, right? So it would be physically impossible. Like the game would have to predict that you pressed the button, whereas this, as soon as you press the button, the next frame, it comes out. So this is essentially 0 input lag. This is fantastic. This is the best way to play Third Strike offline, in my opinion, because you have the smallest input lag. So, all those good parries and red parries. Obviously, if you're already used to arcade or something like that and you've been playing it for many years, you might still prefer that, and I totally understand that. But for me, being a new Third Strike player, this is going to be the best option for me, especially since I don't have an arcade cabinet, so I can't even play the arcade version even if I wanted to. But yeah, so this is a really fantastic thing here. Um, let's see, I don't think there's anything else settings wise that I need to show you guys, but yeah, so this method that I used here can be basically, well, let me show you actually really quick what exactly I was doing here. So let's see, for input, and then we're going to go down to hotkey binds. And so basically what I was doing is, I had mapped one key to hard kick, and which was Z on my keyboard in case you want to know. And then I'm basically using the pause toggle right here. So I pressed P, and then once the game is paused and it shows the little symbol you see in the top right, I hold down the Z key, which is my hard kick key, and then I press K for frame advance on the keyboard, and then it goes to the next frame. So yeah, so that is how you get zero lag on Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. It's pretty amazing. You can use this method to test out other games if you want as well, on RetroArch or any other emulator that has these same features. I do want to note though that not all cores for RetroArch, or all emulators for that matter, are gonna have runahead. So for RetroArch, you can't just use runahead for every core. So you're gonna kind of have to test it out for yourself and see what works, what cores work and what don't. But this is basically how you do that, how you test it, and this is really awesome, and I really wanted to share this with you guys. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your time, and have a great rest of your day.